Humans are strange creatures. We do things that often leave others scratching their heads. In this video, we're going to take a look at some of the weirdest facts about human behavior. 1. People tend to overestimate their own abilities and intelligence. This is known as the Dunning-Kruger effect, named after the psychologists who first identified it. It refers to the tendency for people who are not very skilled or knowledgeable in a particular area to overestimate their abilities. This can lead to overconfidence and poor decision-making. 2. We have a strong desire to conform to the opinions of others. This is known as social conformity and refers to the tendency for people to conform to the opinions and behaviors of the group they are in. This can be seen in a phenomenon called the Asch conformity experiments, where participants were asked to match the length of a line with 3 comparison lines, but the participants were seated with Confederates who gave the wrong answers. 3. Humans experience a phenomenon known as confirmation bias, where we tend to seek out information that confirms our existing beliefs. This means that people are more likely to believe information that supports their existing beliefs, and are less likely to believe information that contradicts them. This can lead to a lack of critical thinking and can make it difficult for people to change their minds. 4. We have a tendency to procrastinate, even when we know it's not in our best interests. This is known as procrastination and refers to the tendency to put off tasks or responsibilities until a later time. This can be caused by a variety of factors, including lack of motivation, fear of failure, and lack of time management skills. 5. Humans have a herding instinct, which leads us to follow the crowd, even when we know they're wrong. This is known as herd behavior and refers to the tendency for people to conform to the actions and decisions of the group, regardless of their own beliefs or better judgment. This can be seen in things like stock market bubbles and fads, where people make decisions based on the actions of others rather than their own analysis. 6. We often experience loss aversion, where the fear of losing something is stronger than the desire to gain something. This is a phenomenon in psychology where people tend to strongly prefer avoiding losses to acquiring equivalent gains. People tend to experience a greater emotional impact from losing something than the pleasure of gaining something of equal value. This is why people often hold on to losing investments for too long, hoping they will recover, instead of cutting their losses. 7. People have a strong need for closure and certainty, even when the information is uncertain. This is known as the need for closure, and refers to the human desire to have a clear and definitive answer to a question or problem, even when the information is uncertain. This can lead to a lack of critical thinking and can make it difficult for people to change their minds. 8. Humans have a tendency to anchor their judgments to a starting point, even when that starting point is arbitrary. Anchoring bias refers to the human tendency to rely too heavily on the first piece of information encountered when making decisions. This often leads people to stick with their initial decision or opinion, even when presented with new or conflicting information. 9. People often experience self-serving bias, where we attribute our successes to our own abilities and our failures to external factors. Self-serving bias refers to the tendency for people to take credit for their successes and blame external factors for their failures. This can lead to an inflated sense of self-worth and can make it difficult for people to learn from their mistakes. 10. Humans have a status quo bias, where we tend to stick with the current situation, even when a change would be beneficial. This is the tendency for people to prefer things to stay the same, rather than change. This can be seen in things like resistance to change in the workplace, or reluctance to try new things. It is important to note that this bias can be positive in certain situations, like not changing a winning team, but in other cases it can lead to missed opportunities. It is important to note that these behaviors are not necessarily negative and can be beneficial in certain situations, like social conformity can lead to social cohesion. Herd behavior can lead to effective decision-making in certain situations, but in other cases these behaviors can lead to negative consequences. If you have enjoyed my content and would like more of it, please be sure to subscribe, like, and share so more people can find power and wisdom. To learn how to be unbothered as fuck by the bullshit of everyday society, click the link in the description box below. And as always, be good or be good at it. Thanks for watching.